Exodus 4. Then Moses answered, "But suppose the Israelites do not believe me and will not listen to what I say. What shall I do if they say that you did not appear to me, Lord?" Then the Lord asked him, "What are you holding?" "A walking stick," he answered. The Lord said, "Throw it on the ground." When Moses threw it down, it turned into a snake, and he ran away from it. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Reach down and pick it up by the tail." So Moses reached down and caught it, and it became a walking stick again. The Lord said, "Do this to prove to the Israelites that the Lord, the God of their ancestors, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has appeared to you." The Lord spoke to Moses again, "Put your hand inside your robe." Moses obeyed, and when he took his hand out, it was diseased, covered with white spots, like snow. Then God said, "Put your hand inside your robe again." Moses did so, and when he took it out, it was as healthy as the rest of his body. The Lord said, "If they will not believe you or be convinced by the first miracle, then this one will convince them. And if in spite of these 2 miracles they still will not believe you, and refuse to listen to what you say, take some water from the Nile River and pour it on the ground. The water will turn into blood." But Moses said, "No, Lord, don't send me. I have never been a good speaker, and I haven't become one since you began to speak to me. I am a poor speaker, slow and hesitant." The Lord said to him, "Who gives man his mouth? Who makes him deaf or dumb? Who gives him sight or makes him blind? It is I, the Lord. Now, go. I will help you to speak, and I will tell you what to say." But Moses answered, "No, Lord, please send someone else." At this, the Lord became angry with Moses and said, "What about your brother Aaron, the Levite? I know that he is a good speaker. Here he comes now to meet you, and he will be glad to see you. You can speak to him and tell him what to say. I will help both of you to speak, and I will tell you both what to do. He will be the one to speak to the people for you. It will be as if you were his God, and he were your prophet. Take this walking stick with you, for with it you will perform miracles." Moses went back to his father-in-law Jethro and said to him, "Please let me go back to my relatives in Egypt and see if they are still alive." Jethro agreed and said goodbye to Moses. While Moses was still in Midian, the Lord said to him, "Go back to Egypt, for all those who wanted to kill you are dead." So Moses took his wife and his sons, put them on a donkey, and set out with them for Egypt, carrying the walking stick that God had told him to take. The Lord said to Moses, "Perform the miracles in front of the king of Egypt. But I will make him stubborn, and he will not let the people go. Then you must tell him that I, the Lord, say, Israel is my firstborn son. I told you to let my son go, so that he might worship me, but you refused. Now I am going to kill your firstborn son." On the way to Egypt, Moses stopped for the night at a place where he would spend it in a tent. That night the Lord met Moses and tried to kill him. But Zipporah, his wife, took a flint knife and circumcised her son. She touched Moses' feet with the skin of the boy and said, "The blood from this circumcision will protect you from death." So God did not kill Moses. Then Zipporah said, "You are a husband who brings blood to our home." The Lord said to Aaron, "Go into the desert to meet Moses." So he went to meet him at the holy mountain, where he saw Moses and kissed him. Moses told Aaron everything that the Lord had said when he gave him the mission to go back to Egypt and lead the people out. Moses and Aaron brought together all the Israelite leaders. And Aaron told them everything that the Lord had said to Moses. Then Moses performed all the miracles in front of the people. and they believed. When they heard that the Lord was concerned about them and had seen their misery, they bowed down and worshipped.
Exodus 5. After this Moses and Aaron went to the king of Egypt and said, "The Lord, the God of Israel, says, Let my people go, so that they can hold a festival in the desert to honor me." "Who is the Lord?" the king demanded. "Why should I listen to him and let Israel go? I do not know the Lord, and I will not let Israel go. Us. Allow us to travel 3 days into the desert to offer sacrifices to the Lord our God. If we don't do so, he will kill us with disease or by war." The king said to Moses and Aaron, "What do you mean by making the people neglect their work? Get those slaves back to work. There are more of them than ever, and you are stopping them from working." That same day the king commanded the Egyptian slave drivers and the Israelite foremen, "Stop giving the people straw for making bricks. Make them go and find it for themselves. But still require them to make the same number of bricks as before, not 1 brick less. They don't have enough work to do, and that is why they keep asking me to let them go and offer sacrifices to their God. Make these men work harder and keep them busy, so that they won't have time to listen to a pack of lies." The slave drivers and the Israelite foremen went out and said to the Israelites, "The king says that he will not give you any more straw. Go and find some for yourselves wherever you can, but you must still make the same number of bricks." So the people went all over Egypt looking for straw. The slave drivers kept pushing them, saying, "Hurry up and finish your work. You have to make every brick you were making before." The Israelite foremen, whom the slave drivers had appointed, were beaten and were asked, "Why didn't you finish the required number of bricks yesterday or today, as you did before?" Then the Israelite foreman went to the king and complained, "Why do you do this to us? We are given no straw, but we are still ordered to make bricks. And now we are being beaten. It is your people who are at fault." But the king said, "You are lazy, just lazy. That is why you ask me to let you go and offer sacrifices to the Lord. Get back to work. You will not be given any straw, but you must still make the same number of bricks." The Israelite foremen saw that they were in trouble when they were told, "You are not to make any fewer bricks each day than you have been making." As they left the king, they met Moses and Aaron, who were waiting for them. They said to Moses and Aaron, "May the Lord punish the 2 of you. You have caused the king and his officials to hate us. You have given them an excuse to kill us." Moses returned to the Lord and said, "Lord, why did you bring this trouble on your people? Is this why you sent me here? I went to the king and told him what you had commanded me to say. But ever since then he has made the people suffer even more, and you have done nothing to save them." Exodus 6. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Now you will see what I will do to the king. When he feels the force of my hand, he will let the Israelites go and drive them out of his land." God spoke to Moses and said, "I am the Lord. I appeared to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob as Almighty God, but I did not make myself known to them by my holy name, the Lord. I also made my covenant with them, promising to give them the land of Canaan, the land in which they had lived as foreigners. Now I have heard the groaning of the Israelites, whom the Egyptians have enslaved, and I have remembered my covenant. So tell the Israelites that I say to them, I am the Lord, I will rescue you and set you free from your slavery to the Egyptians. I will raise my mighty arm to bring terrible punishment upon them, and I will save you. I will make you my own people, and I will be your God. You will know that I am the Lord your God when I set you free from slavery in Egypt. I will bring you to the land that I solemnly promised to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and I will give it to you as your own possession. I am the Lord." Moses told this to the Israelites, but they would not listen to him, because they had lost hope and were cruelly oppressed. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go and tell the king of Egypt that he must let the Israelites leave his land." But Moses answered, "Even the Israelites will not listen to me, so why should the king? I am such a poor speaker." The Lord commanded Moses and Aaron to go and tell the Israelites and the king of Egypt to let the Israelites leave Egypt. These were the heads of the clans. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn son of Jacob, were Hanok, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. These were the clans descended from Reuben. The sons of Simeon were Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jachin, Zohar, and Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. These were the clans descended from Simeon. These were the names of the sons of Levi, listed according to their descendants: Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. Levi lived 137 years. The sons of Gershon were Libni and Shimi, each of whom had his own clan. The sons of Kohath were Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. Kohath lived 133 years. The sons of Merari were Mali and Mushi. These were the clans descended from Levi, listed according to their descendants. Amram married his father's sister Jochebed, who bore him Aaron and Moses. Amram lived 137 years. The sons of Izhar were Korah, Nepheg, and Zikri. The sons of Uzziel were Mishael, Elzaphan, and Sithri. Aaron married Elisheba, the daughter of Amminadab and sister of Nahshon. She bore him Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. The sons of Korah were Asur, Elkanah, and Abiasaph. These were the clans descended from the Korahites. Eleazar, the son of Aaron, married one of the daughters of Putiel, who bore him Phinehas. These were the heads of the Levite clans, listed according to their descendants. It was this Aaron and Moses to whom the Lord said, "Lead the Israelites out of Egypt," organized according to their clans. They were the men who spoke to the king of Egypt in order to free the Israelites from Egypt. They were the same Moses and Aaron. When the Lord spoke to Moses in the land of Egypt, he said, "I am the Lord. Tell the king of Egypt everything I tell you." But Moses replied, "How can I go to the king and tell him that you sent me? He won't listen to me, and even if he does, he will not let the Israelites leave his country." And the Lord said to Moses, "I will perform wonders in Egypt that will convince the king to let the Israelites go. I will make him stubborn so that he will pursue you, and I will bring destruction on him and his army. In this way, I will show my greatness and my power, and the Egyptians will know that I am the Lord."